Alright, we are back at it again for the bi-weekly video. I need to get more consistent, but regardless, we're gonna start with BTC. We're gonna move to a couple of alts. We're gonna see totals. We're gonna just see where we at right now. So at date of recording at the moment, we just broke 88, right? So trading is just right above all-time high. So let's get right into it. So firstly, I posted a setup on Twitter, right? If you guys are not following me on Twitter, it's at IndusXBT. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight real quick, how did I get these levels, right? Imagine yourself from 2017. This is a range, right? From highs to lows, from the cycle lows to cycle highs. You put fibs from lows to the highs, and afterwards you extend them, right? What I normally do is you gotta imagine yourself extrapolating the range in the sense that if you have already a range and you put -1, so let's say I can better show you. Let me open up Epic Pen real quick. So let's say, right, if you already have this high over here and this low over here, it should be a lot easier for you to extract these highs, and afterwards just, let's say, if you break above here, this now becomes range lows, right? So if this becomes range lows, let me put these levels in so I can actually show you guys better. So -125, all of this. I'll explain all of this, so don't worry if you're just thinking what the fuck this man's putting on. Okay, let me change this real quick. I'm missing -2.5. Okay, so I have to start thinking in the sense that if we broke all-time high here, right, in 2017, so this is the area that we started consolidating below, and afterwards we sent. So as soon as we flip that, you have to start thinking, okay, now if this was range lows and now this was range highs, this, as soon as it's flipped and you are extending the range, so you're just extending the range, right? So this is one range. From 0 to -1 is another range. From -1 to -2 is another range. So you just keep going up like that. So, and afterwards you can probably see how the PEA correlates with all the levels, right? So let's say this was range highs, this is range lows now, this is range highs, this got flipped, so now this becomes range lows. And afterwards from here, range highs again, right? So you just trade in between these two ranges. And now, let me remove the extra levels so you can actually just see from how we're actually doing up until now. So I just wanted to explain to you guys, right? This is very good when you're going to price discovery, because you have to assume, right? If price is a fractal, for you fractal boys out there, if you really trade thinking that price is a fractal, this might be the best thing for you, right? Because if you keep extending the range, you can probably wait for PA to establish itself, and then you have more confidence, because in the end, if it doesn't, if you're just trying to bid the highs and lows of the range, you're just basically gambling, right? Because you have no extra correlation with anything. That's why it's best when you actually set up the range, see how price correlates when it comes to those pivotal areas. So let's see, like right here, right? Those range highs, boom, we started consolidating below here. As soon as we broke, where did we retest? To the pip, to the pip. So again, we're currently over here. So why did I take this long position? We had this here, right? I posted this about in a Telegram group that I'm about, but you have to assume that this was the initial high, this was the initial low. See how he came and deviated, nuked down. See how he deviated, retested, went towards range highs. So already know this is range highs, this is range lows. Now that we broke above it, this is now range lows, right? You can probably assume the same thing. You can probably use fibs towards here, towards there. But I've been using this for a while now, just from 2017, this cycle. And it's been giving me, it's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when everything is in euphoria and anything, these can be used perfectly in correlation to you actually making some bands. Because if you're really just trying to, I'm not gonna say gamble, but you have to assume, right? If you're really euphoric, at this time, good, you got in early. But for the normies that are just like trying to tell their parents, like, yo, I need to download Coinbase, this and that, the euphoria normally starts when you actually break these highs, right? Because in the past, if you look at this cycle, as soon as we broke out, I mean, of course, we had these months of up only, but I mean, the up only really started once we broke previous all-time high, right? So now, it's almost the same thing. We have all-time highs here. Let me change the girth of this. So now we have all previous cycle all-time highs. Now we're breaking off. We can probably assume we can get this sort of run, right? So this one I'm going to use the extended range levels for now. So let's break it down why I took this long position. So we have this range established, right? Yeah, so a lot of my stuff is just basically ranges. But the thing is, it correlates so well because normally when it comes to price action in general, right? So market structure, let's give a blank space right here. So I have to assume something like this. We're in a bullish PA, so that's no. Bullish, right? Bullish. So normally what price does, price comes towards, does something like this, dips, does something like this, forms a high, and afterwards sweep these lows, and afterwards, boom, just one candle, right? So this is normally where you want to long, because price develops a range where it comes towards pivotal areas, right? So whatever forms towards here can be called deviation and highs. And afterwards, everything that assumes that reclaims range lows, you have your stop loss here, and afterwards, send higher. So now we have that out of the way. Almost the same thing here, right? Almost the same thing, almost the same blueprint. Price came, did this, came back, swept, went higher, did this. So almost the same blueprint, right? So as soon as you have that etched in your head, you have that shit tattooed, right? And afterwards, everything just becomes clear. Because look at this right now, this is range highs, this is range lows. Yeah, the deviation came back. Where did it came and started bidding back? These range lows here. But what I did is, I bid the mid-range. So I came towards here, made the range highs to the range lows. This is the mid-range over here. I bid that. Where did I put my stops? Below this. Easy. So why did I target these levels? Like I said, it's just range extensions. So if this is -3, right? Let me put in the other levels real quick. It's supposed to have -2, 2.5 to this. Let's put -2.7 as well. And boom. Now we can assume that this was range lows, this is range highs. So this is currently resistance, right? From just what I just told you guys from in the beginning, if you really want to like build up the range, this is how I do it. From cycle to cycle, you extend the levels. And in the end, I mean, look, you think I'm talking bullshit, right? Where did we find resistance? Where did we find support? Look, -2. This is a pivotal area. Look how price reacted towards here, and look again towards here. Where did we deviate? We deviated this area. So now again, where did we find resistance? At the extended range level, right? Towards here. Boom. Just like that. So this is why I use it, especially when it comes to price discovery. It's one of the best tools I have. It's good to have a lot of tools, but it's best when you know you actually backtested it and it actually works. So I think for now, I already took some profit, by the way, because if you, let's remove these levels real quick. If you want to play like this, boom, you have a level right here. Boom, deviation. Now, for people that are getting horned up, I mean, the real fun starts once we flip this area, because then that would tell me in my system that these range highs versus the range lows at -2, right? At -2. So if this flips, now this becomes range low, and this becomes range high. So far so good. In the end, we're gonna trade this range. And if we're gonna trade this range, the real fun starts. Again, just follow the blueprint. Just follow the blueprint. Because look, we already have these levels laid out, right? These levels, almost the same thing as the blueprint. We're expecting bullish price action. So, I'm gonna do something like this. And afterwards, go to the down. Boom. This is where you enter. This is where you enter again. Hard stop towards there. Almost the same thing why I took this trade. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of more examples, but for now, I think if we do reclaim here, we're gonna start trading in between these two ranges, and I still think this mid-range area here is why I have the take profit level set towards there. It's gonna be my medium-term price target for now. So for now, unless we start trading below mid-range towards here, then I'll expect bearish price action, and afterwards take profit 1, take profit 2. But for now, this is just a range. Straight the range, nothing more. If you're long from even lower, good. But I would still be taking progress. I will still be taking profit aggressively, because in the end, look, it's you're gonna look at numbers on your screen, but it's not really profits until you actually secure it in your bank account, right? When you actually see that shit in your bank account. Alright, boys, let me hydrate real quick. Drink some water. Drink some water. Alright. So another one that I posted about was this doge. Again, you guys might think I'm LARPing, right? Well, it's almost the same thing, right? You had range highs. Holy shit, that's girthy. Okay, so we had range highs here. We had range lows here. Same thing, fibs from lows to the highs. Now you have your range. You have the levels in between 0.25, 0.75, doesn't matter. I have this shit flipped, so it's easier for me to extend the range, right? You can assume as long as we are trading below mid-range, this is bearish. As long as we flip and retest like we did here, we are bullish. So what I'm expecting now, right? Since we already had this retest on the weekly and on the daily as well. Look, again, you guys might think I'm LARPing with these levels, but look, as long as you just trade the range, where are we bouncing off? Where did we find resistance? At this area right here. So, and where did we find support? At the mid-range. Just need conviction, okay? Just need conviction. Most of you guys would rather throw 10k to a random soul shitter with like 10k liquidity instead of actually backtesting and actually, you know, putting the effort in. But look, as long as we trade above here, we are good. But if we start breaking down from here, and afterwards, yes, then I'm going to have to cut my position. But for now, this is still a substantial area where I'm looking for support until it's broken. But where did we come and find resistance? We came into this area, found resistance here. So what I'm thinking about now, just from the daily chart as it stands, let's zoom in a bit. I mean, lower time frame doesn't look that bad. You can probably assume something like this, right? So from this area here, still initial highs, got swept, went higher. Now pivotal area, broke below it, found resistance, flipped. So this is a pivotal area. For now, what I would probably do short term, you can probably long here, have stops below here. So this would probably be, let's say, 1 to 2 position. It's not that high, but I probably personally wouldn't do that. I'm already in the long position, but look, this is why I like to bid like the mid-range, right? Especially what I told you guys. As soon as it flips, you have more conviction behind it. But for now, I really think if we do flip above here and hold here, boom, easy towards there. And afterwards, you can start talking in the next videos about, okay, SF, this shit's gonna go higher, yes. But for now, a midterm, I think in like the next 2-3 weeks, we should easily be start trading above here, and afterwards we can start thinking, okay, this is going to all-time high in one candle. But for now, this is what I have. So let's move on to the other shitters real quick. Okay, if you guys have been following me enough on Twitter, you've known, bro, the charts don't lie. Charts don't lie. We've bid the fuck out of Sol at 1420, and afterwards, same thing. You have a little range here, range low, range highs, trade the range. See, same thing here. This is on the weekly, by the way. We'll zoom in real quick. So where did I put bids? At range lows. And perfectly, right? Perfectly. Range lows. This is range lows. Range highs. As soon as you establish the range, if we are in a bull season, bruv, every dip into range low is a bidding opportunity. Everything. Every time. But for now, just looking at the daily, look, we have already closed above here, but this is looking weak. So I think probably when it comes to BTC dominance is probably going to lead up higher, and afterwards we're really going to get the fun season. I think this will easily break 300. Easily. But for now, I seriously don't want to touch anything besides just waiting. Let's say if we do have like a Giga Nuke again, but I don't think we will. Personally, I do not think we will. Probably do something like this, and afterwards go higher. But let's say, right, for the bearish side, if you do something like this, break this area here, then yes, you have hard stop towards there, and I think probably first take profit and a second take profit. But bruv, Why? It's like trying to fight a gang of like 100 people with guns, and you have a paper clip, bro. You're not gonna win, right? Like, wait for the market to top first, and afterwards you have more conviction when it comes to shorts. There's no point trying to short in a bull market. It's redundant. Okay. Let me take a sip real quick. Okay. Let's move on to the weekly. Just look at the weekly, right? Weekly has 3 days, 2 days and 8 hours at time of recording to actually settle. But for now, I still want to see weekly at least close above here. That's literally the last bear case in my mind. Because if we do clear this, and afterwards I'll start probably thinking, okay, we're gonna move towards here, first take profit, and afterwards second. But until then, we're just gonna trade the range, okay? Just trade the range. Follow me on Twitter, bro, boys. I actually post almost all of my setups for free on Twitter, so let's go towards there, make some buck, and that's it. Okay, let's move on. The dog with the hat. What a sensation that has been, huh? Bro, I really don't understand. Like, sometimes you need to left curve everything. Let me just change the symbols real quick while I yap. So, bro, like, it's seriously mind-boggling where memes, right? Literal memes, bro. They have nothing to do. They have nothing to do. They don't provide anything. There's not L1s, there's no L2s, just basically memes. This has no utility. No utility at all. And this is outperforming the market. So let's apply our TA to it. Towards this low here. Oh, this is girthy. But at first, and afterwards, let's see. Same thing. Minus 125. Bro, my decimal point is not working. Minus. Bro, to be honest, I'm not even gonna fill that. Let's see. I'm pretty sure 3 is at those levels. Nope. Now we're talking. Sorry guys, sorry that I'm slow. Sometimes I may be kind of acoustic, so bear in mind with me. So yeah, as soon as you start applying shit like this, it becomes easier because you just try to see more clarity and actually, as long as you know what you are doing and you're not over risking, bro, you're gonna make some bank this year. Just have some confidence in yourself, okay? Because if you train for this and you've actually been enduring the bear market for like 2 years, and now that this shit is actually happening and you're just gonna get yourself nuked in one go, there's no point. Look, people think I'm lying, right? I'm capping. Where the fuck did we find resistance? Look, where the fuck did we find resistance? So, let's see. These are the range levels. Just know this is a range from -5 to -7, -6 to -7. So again, where are we finding resistance? Where are we finding support? Speaks for itself. So let's move on to the hourly real quick. So I'm already thinking when it comes to something like this, even if you just want to use basic TA, you can probably do something like this, right? As long as we are trading above this level here, this is bullish. But look, this is kind of unsettling, I'm not gonna lie. I have a bag. I aped at 0.36, so I'm almost 10x up. So the fact of the being is, we consolidated below here, we had this run up. Okay, boom, we came above it. But now we deviated, right? We closed this daily candle, this hourly candle below it. Now this is kind of worrying to me. I'll explain why. Because in the sense that, let's put this in. Let's remove this real quick. In the sense that if this was the high, as long as we trade below here, this forms a deviation, right? If this is a deviation, you can probably assume, okay, this is the bearish retest. And if you really want to, I'm not gonna do it personally, but let's say, like, I don't know why the fuck did you want to short this shit, bro. This probably gonna go. This is probably the best normie coin that would exist, bro. Your aunt can probably buy this and sell for a profit before you're profitable. I'm not even kidding. Look, if this is bearish, this is the bearish retest. This is your stops above here, and afterwards, boom. This should probably do something like this, go towards here. But if it's not, then you can probably long. Put this as your hard stop and go higher and probably go to $3 and $4. Okay, let's move on to a couple of new shitters. The fuck they put this shit? Okay, boom. GME. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm down bad on this, bro. Down bad. Bro, same girth. I'll explain my thoughts real quick. It's meme season. There's no denying it. There's no denying it. Why I'm still bullish on this, I'll explain as well. It's just I'll give you guys two perspectives and what I'm seeing at the moment. So we had this entire run up, came towards here, came towards here, and boom, we're now trading below the range, right? But this is the consolidation before the expansion. Higher or lower, I don't mind, I do not care. I know where I'm wrong. Where am I wrong? If we trade below here. This is my hard stop, okay? So I'm confident enough if I buy here, and you know, it doesn't matter the risk appetite. But let's say, like, right, in spot positions, normally when it's on chain, you can't put, unless you're using Unibot or Banana. It depends which bot you're using, but let's say just for the normies out there, right, who doesn't know how to snipe, doesn't know that you can actually snipe and shit like that, who doesn't use Telegram in general. Let's say, if you ape right here, and you are still awake, you can probably close your positions below this. But let's say if you're sleeping, and let's say this shit nukes, you are wrong below here. So if it nukes, okay, fine, no problem, right? But for now, to me, just PA wise, we've been consolidating for how long? This has been almost a month, 22 days. So the longer this consolidates, the more aggressive the expansion, okay? So for now, I'm just trying to DCA as long as we are trading below mid-range. This is the areas that I'm looking to bid. Looking to bid this, looking to bid that. Easy as that. There's no point in trying to overcomplicate things when it's so simple. But that's one way of viewing it. Let's move on to, no, we're just gonna leave it for now like this. Delete this. Just remove all drawings, yes. Okay. Let's do the normie TA. What I normally do is, this is the high, these are the lows, okay? Now we have a better picture, right? You have a fat range. You had this mini consolidation area that they just talked about, that they just yapped about. So this is range highs. Bro, I'm sorry again, I'm retardio. Range highs, range lows. Okay, simple. So came towards here, deviated, nuked. Where do you find support? Here, consolidated below. You have this fat form of consolidation. Now, what we're looking for is reclaim towards here. Confirmation of we're going to fucking send this towards here is if you can close above here and start sending. I'm not gonna lie, I'm down bad. I'm gonna be keep it at 100, bro. I'm down like 100 soul already. You can do the math. You can do the math. 100 soul on like 10 separate wallets. I ate like 25 soul on each. Do the math. I'm down bad. But regardless, both the range levels, where do you find resistance if you actually map out the range towards here? So we already know. We already know this shit's respecting the range, right? This is already respecting the range. So as soon as we reclaim this area above here, we are gonna send the fuck higher. And for the normies out there who just wants to see PA for now, as long short term we do not trade below here, so do not trade below here, we are good. I just want to see this reclaim and as much as possible try to move higher. So that's one of the shitters done. Let's move on to another one. Yeah, I'm just gonna cover my bags, bro. If you guys want something like suggestions and stuff, what you guys want me to take a look at, just post them at the bottom. Just post them at the bottom. For clearance, for full clarity, I'm not gonna hold this, bro. This looks like trash. This looks like trash. And probably I'm wrong. And probably this is the bottom. Probably this is the bottom. So let's see. Let's see. Just from pure TA perspective, bro. I don't want to go through the entire settings to try to set everything up again. I don't want that. It's just gonna take longer than it actually needs to. But we are now trading below here, which is bearish, like hella bearish. I'm not gonna lie. But if you are someone that has conviction, which mine is basically dying down, I can't lie, you would want to bid in between these two areas. This is probably what we say the accumulation area, right? You had this zone here, okay, consolidated, broke up. Now, boom. There's this bearish price action. We're trading below here again. This came from a pre-sale of 1.5. This did uh let's see. All time I was here, so I probably like 80x. Like 80x. Bro, I don't even want to do the math. You figure it out. Just know it did numbers, okay? It did numbers. But bro, like if this is gonna be your first cycle, bro, even the dog shitters that I can probably deploy on Sol will probably do at least 1 mil in volume. It's so stupid and retarded where actual good utility projects, which I think this is, if you actually research, I am not sponsored by them. I'm just a bag holder at this point, okay? I'm a community member. I'm leading the rates, you feel me? I'm leading the rates. So as long as this does not break below here, it is going to zeros. So probably you can buy this, stake it, and come back in like a year, or not even a year, like in a month or so, and see if you're up or not. But I wouldn't stress it that much. So just from PE perspective, I would probably bid here, even though I've been telling you guys to bid. I'm not gonna lie, I took some profit here. Again, I'm not gonna tell you when. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just giving you this from my perspective, where I think, you know, from my point of view, this is probably a good area to bid. But yeah, more than that, if you guys want anything else, oh shit, wait. Need to see this as well. Getting carried away, aren't I? Thought you guys are gonna look at total twos, total threes. Okay. I honestly thought, since we had this very, very long consolidation area, bro, to the math, that's 2 days, 2 years consolidating and actually pushing up. You would get a more aggressive move up. I really thought that BTC is going to pump towards here, like the dominance is pump towards here, and then afterwards you get a dirty ass alt season where every shitter is gonna do at least 100x. So I really not see when people say, yo, we are at the tail end of the season. Like I said, normally the cycle, like the cycle where it comes to enormous pumps, starts past all-time high. So that's what I'm gonna keep myself into. But like, even if it's one person that believes in that, I will be there. You feel me? You feel me? Okay, let's move on to total. I mean, bro, this isn't bearish, is it? Like that ass, this is not bearish. Yeah, this area here, perfect test. Boom. You telling me this is bearish? I mean, of course, it's currently resistance, but what else isn't, right? What else isn't? So if we do extend this, which normally happens, let's say this was pre from lows to highs, we did. That's a lot of money, right? This probably puts us towards here. I'm thinking like 6 trillions. So you still have enormous amounts of money to make, so don't worry about that. There's total 30, all your shitters, except for ETH and BTC, right? This is all your shitters. The shitters look like they're gonna send. And I'm thinking we're gonna start probably moving towards here. So that's a 50% increase, I'm pretty sure. If the math is mathing. Bro, like what? Bro, thank you. So the math is not mathing, that's 40%. So yeah, this has been it. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys made some cash, saved some cash, are looking to buy the dip, or you're more educated now than you were before clicking this video. Thank you for watching. I'll put my socials down in the bottom. I'll start posting more on Twitter, posting more on my new Discord. So if you guys have any suggestions, what you would like to see from me, post them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao. Peace, peace.